this equips, which is undefined. This should be on the actor. So game actor, this. So it should be this underscore equips. So obviously this should be actor, game actor, but it's not behaving as such. So game actor, equip slots, game battler. So trait objects. So again, this is game actor this time. Then we return to game actor. This dot equips, and then when we go to equips, this is no longer. Oh no, it is game actor. Okay, that was weird. So now we have this. So game, yeah. So 0 is an instance weapon. So the first one we go through is going to check for instance weapon. We're going to see if there's an object thing on it, which there isn't. So yeah, this is the issue here. So on equips. So it's returning the data to trait objects. Then for equip.length, item equals equips I. Equips I. Equals item. So we're calling this equips, which is returning that same thing. So item.object. That's being called on a filter though, isn't it? Yeah, so it's being called every time. So we're calling it, we're getting the first one, and then or something similar to that. So equips.length, I1, so we're setting item to equips. What is an equips in it? Well, it says it's undefined here, but oh no, this dot equips is undefined because we are building it here. No. Well, it says, let's see, here this dot equips actually has values in it. But then when we return to trait objects, this one doesn't have it, which I find interesting. No, it's there. This equips. We're calling this dot equips. Gotcha. Into equips, which we haven't done yet. So it loads in that entire thing into there. Then for each one, we are we're setting each time through the loop. We're setting item to the actual equipment data here. Then we are calling if item. So if the item's not null, objects dot push item. So we're pushing item into objects. And objects equals game battler prototype traits trait objects dot call this. So this is basically a kind of an aliased function. of sorts. Alright, then we'll return the objects back to game battle base, all traits. So then we are returning concatenation of object traits. And then we are checking, then we're filtering based on the traits. If trait exists, then return the code, else return 0. Trait set. We are looking for R in trait. If rdoc and cat, or return rdoc and cat, trait.dataid back to slot. And so R is null in this case. Or no, it's math apply. Game battler base dot trait slot type is being sent to trait set. That's the code. So we're calling reduce function R trait. Then return R doc and cat trait data ID. Then set, if set.length is greater than 0 and is greater than 0, then math max apply set null.set, and if that's true or false, set 0. So what calls that is dual wield. So if return this dot slot type equals 1. Okay, so we're trying to figure out if the slot type is 1. Slot type is determining if this is to determine if the shield slot is going to actually be a weapon slot or not. So this dual wield is a true or false. So yeah, we're just looking to see if the slot type is, if that trait is set. The trait for dual wield is trait slot type. I don't know why they called it that, but they did. That's called from equip slots. So yeah, if this dual wield, so the problem is that up here we're not handling game item properly, or instance item properly, because game instance item doesn't have an item object thing in it. And in fact, all we really need to do is return, because technically what this is supposed to be is this is supposed to be an item ID, I think. And for weapons though, it's not, well, return item object, which we have over here. So that's a game item dot object. So if this game item is a skill, return the data for skills. Yeah, we're returning the actual data. So the way this behaves is as if this is just an ID with a with a category. So for this one, since it's already an actual fully fledged item with data, we just need to return it. So if item instance of game instance weapon, then return item. Else call that. Okay, so now we have this dot underscore equips I set object is not a function, because again we're dealing with the so when we get back over here, because I1 is set object null, So again, that's part of the game item stuff. So what line is that on? Discard equip. So that's 3666. So let's go to this. So okay, so here we're setting the type of data class it is. So again, we don't really need to do this if it's a instance weapon, because we already have all that sorted out. So we need to do another override of this one. I knew the system was going to equip weapons onto actors. It was going to be a nightmare because we have to handle all this stuff differently. Because basically we're re-engineering how this actually works. No longer are we storing just item IDs for weapons, we're storing the actual weapon data itself. And so all this stuff with having to deal with equipping and unequipping has to change. Actually, we need to tab this over. Okay. If item instance of game instance weapon, actually if not, then do that. If it is, we don't care because we already know what it is. So only if it's a game instance weapon, we don't want to do that. No. Is it the same thing? Nope, different place. This one's on game actors. Release unequipable. God. It's just like all this stuff we have to change. Like I said, really complicated plugin. The potential conflicts list is going to be a mile long because all these functions are going to be in it because they're all overridden. They're not aliased because we need to actually change something on how it functions, not just add something to it. So on this one, so this dot equips if this dot underscore equips I instance of game weapon, game instance weapon, so once again, if it's an instance weapon, we know what it is and we don't care about this stuff. Semi-refined prototype got called. Well, we actually got to the the title screen. Damn, that's an achievement. Now something else will explode when we click on this. I almost guarantee it. Holy crap, it didn't. Yes, here we go. Okay, now we got something. The provided double value is non-finite. So create linear gradient. So fill rectangle. So we need to figure out what's coming into there and where it's coming from and why. Changing what we did. This happened before. When I did all these changes before and I couldn't figure out why. Well, we're going to try and figure out why now. Alright, so, well, we got a bunch of undefines, that's for sure. That is for damn sure. So, vertical is undefined. Grad is undefined, which is fine because I haven't been set yet. Vertical, though, it should be passed in. So, where are we calling this from? Where's the, so, draw gauge. So vertical is the last. element. It's the last parameter, yeah. So draw, gradient, fill, rect, color 2. Really? Well, no, we're not passing through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's fine. That's only if vertical is defined. So if it's not defined, we're calling this. So x is 342, x plus width is nan. So width is an issue, so it's the third parameter. Width is coming from draw gauge, draw actor HP. So width is here. So width is width or 186. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So we're passing through width as a 186 here. Through actor HP. But it's coming over here as 186. Okay, that's fine. And then we're calling fill width. That's what it is. Okay, so fill width is y, which is that. Wrong one. Math.floor width times rate, which is nan. So rate is the fourth parameter. And rate. Actor HP rate, which we're getting as nan because why? Probably because we're not setting it correctly. So HP is nan, MP is nan. I'm not seeing the rate anywhere in here, but it's probably like a parameter or something. So let's go to HP rate. So that's this HP divided by this MHP, which are both undefined. So we need to go to the actor set HP, set MHP, passing through. So where do we call this from? It probably has to do with the fact that we're it's probably trying to get HP values from the weapons, the parameters, and since we're doing it differently, it's trying to get the values in an incorrect way for the instance weapons, and that's throwing in an AN, and it's just wreaking all kinds of hell or something. So I'm going to go through that. So new game. So it didn't even call that yet. That is interesting. So they're nan because they haven't actually been populated yet. So base draw actor simple status. So game actor. Okay, we're already here. So game actor on initialize, what does it do? Alright, so we're setting up these values here, calling setup, set up skills equipment, clear param plus recover all, set up images. Looking for where the health and stuff is set up. Well, this is actually a thing of game battler, so it might be set up there. So release unequipable items, and then call game battler refresh. And that's from game battler base, where we have all this stuff at. Alright, so HP1, MP0, clear param base, clear buffs, update state turns, erase buffs. Where are we setting the HP and MP? Param base, param plus, param min and max. Param rate, game battler trait param, param ID, param buff params, X param, S param. So we're calling trait sum. So param base plus param plus. So param plus is this underscore param plus param ID. And it should still initialize as a 1 HP though. So, here we go. Look up here. So, param plus. Which is param plus. Value this param rate, which is game battler based trait dot, so traits PI. Traits with ID, code ID, generic trait value, all traits. Trait objects. So this dot states. So states dot map. So we're getting all the states from the data states, and then we're looking up all that stuff and seeing if we have any traits that have that ID, and then encode them and returning the value of the trait times R, which is the rate. We have to be populating these from the equipment. Somewhere. So let's put a break here on 2451 of objects, and then we can look at the stack trace. Maybe that'll show us where it's coming from. Okay, so game actor setup, initialize, equips, refresh, refresh, refresh. then it's calling get MHP params 0. So let's do a watch. Close all this out. This is game actor. So about this dot params. So param base. Is undefined. Which is why we're having this issue, because this isn't getting set. Okay, so param base. So param base current class dot params param ID this level. So that's all the places they're at. Okay, how about dot params? So let's see, game instance weapon. So let's see, that's the equip performance. So item params. Again, just param base. Param ID. Okay, so this dot current class, the params from that param ID return this level, and then that returns this param base value. Returns that value for param base. Okay. Data manager, set up new game. Game party, set up starting members. Reserve transfer. Frame count 0. So game party members for each function actor ID. If game actor's actor ID is not null, then actors to actor push actor ID. This. Okay, so then when we call anonymous, game actors.actors, so actor ID, data actors, actor ID, this, if this data, so if there's data for the actor, equals new game actor ID. So we're calling the initialization, so he calls initialize, and then calls setup. Alright, so actor ID, actor name, nickname, profile, class ID, level, initial level, images, experience, skills, equips. So init equips. We go through all this, and then refresh. So it's interesting that none of this other stuff is getting called. Like we're not seeing a call to this equips over here. So we're going to refresh. Which is calling the battler refresh, which is calling battle base refresh. And then this stuff is NAND. So we're getting back 1, 0, and 0. Then we're calling get, and we're going to battle base param. So, not available. Game actors undefined. Oh, data. So game actors data. Still don't see any base params. And the HP is NAN, MP is NAN. So what I think I'll do is I'll do some more checking on this off stream and tomorrow, and then if I figure it out, I'll do some more streaming and we will continue. But I think we need to figure this out before we can continue, because we need to get the we need to be able to see the equip screen to actually try any of this stuff. So that'll be the stream for tonight. So thanks for watching. If you watched it live, for watching on YouTube afterwards, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I will see you maybe tomorrow if I can figure this out, and if not, then it'll probably be on Monday. If I can't figure this out by Monday, then we'll put this one on hold and start on the compendium plugin. Or wait, was it the limit breaker or compendium? Well, we'll do the compendium. We won't do the limit breaker. That one's going to be a lot more. Oh no, it's compendium. Good. So the first item instead of 1, 0 based. Yeah. They're targeting non-programmers. It's like with Microsoft targeting non-computer users, making everything stupid dumb. Locking off the admin account and making you like literally jump through hoops and have to type in ultra secret command line commands to unlock the actual administrator account. I remember that in Windows 7 originally. Maybe they still have to do it, but maybe it was Vista, where you had to actually go in and enable the administrator account to actually get into an real administrator account, where you could actually change some of the more admin related settings. Anyway, so we'll have to figure this out. there's no way it doesn't relate to the way that it's processing the traits on the weapons. Because somewhere in here it's trying to pull the traits in from all the equipment so that it can set up the base parameters and all that stuff. And somewhere it's you would think it would throw an error somewhere, but I think we've established that code in this thing doesn't always throw errors when it's supposed to. Need to figure out where that's happening at, why it's failing, and figure out how to fix it. That's just going to take a lot of digging, and I don't want to do any more digging on the stream. It gets kind of boring after a while. But once we get this figured out, I can have a clear shot through the durability thing. We'll just need to figure out where the actual attacking happens. That'll be in one of the battle scenes, I think, probably. And we'll have to probably put a new parameter into the tag, weapon tag, that will have a value to remove, like a multiplier for removing durability per hit. So some like 0.0025 or something on there. And then we'll have to use that for that. So we'll have to create some new member in game instance weapons, and then pull it into the note tag code to set it. But I think we are going to be fine for that, because that's a little more straightforward than this crap is. So yeah, I will maybe see you tomorrow. If not, then on Monday, and we will see what happens.